your reaction to the Raiders' relocation to Vegas? I know you played a lot of great games there. Is it bittersweet? What is your reaction?
Yeah. I mean, Oakland's always a unique place to go play, and they had a great following there, obviously. But times change, and obviously it'll be interesting playing in Las Vegas too. I mean, I know the stadium looks beautiful there, and so we're looking forward to that too. But we'll miss Oakland. Played half my career in LA and then the other half up in Oakland, and we've been playing there lately. So, but they, like I said, we'll miss Oakland.
Could it be a bizarre situation with them going to Las Vegas but playing in Oakland for a year or two as they propose?
Yeah, I mean, that's never easy, having been in a situation when we played in Houston when they were moving to Tennessee, and it was a unique situation. It's tough for the people in Oakland, I'm sure, to see the team leaving, but maybe they'll take advantage of the last couple of years that they have and support them while they're there, but it's never easy.
Still a lot of speculation about Romo. Have there been any discussions here?
Nope. Same old thing. He's still under contract for the Cowboys.
Where do you stand on your quarterback position now that it's getting closer to the draft? With Kaepernick last year, you get to a point where you kind of drew a line in the sand and move forward.
Well, like we've said, we really feel good about the two young ones that we have, and Trevor did a good job for us last year. Paxton was young, so the plan is to stay the course there and see what's available in the draft, and so we'll go from there. But we like both, and Paxton was the first rounder last year for a reason, and so and then Trevor came in and played very well. So it'll be a great competition between them this spring.
John, with Paxton, where is he? Have you had some talks with him? Kind of how is he in his development?
He's fine. We haven't done anything this offseason, so nothing's changed from the end of the year till now. So that'll all start working. I know he's been working down in Florida with a coach and working on some technique things, and so he's down there working hard. And once we get the offseason program, when we can get their hands on him, when it's legal to get our hands on him, they'll be back. He'll be back in town, and I'm sure looking forward to him having a good offseason.
Where's Trevor stand? Because he thought maybe about this time he'd know where he is with that shoulder. Is you expecting him to be ready, or do you know yet?
For the season?
No, for the OTAs, like when he might be.
I think it's still nip and tuck. We'll have to see where he is, but I have not had an update from Greg for a couple weeks. So
we used to always ask you about Peyton and how many conversations y'all have, how often you talk. But with a couple of young guys, I know last year they were just trying to figure it all out. Do you think you'll find yourself maybe having a few more football conversations with them?
Well, I mean, it's always dangerous when you have a quarterback hearing too many different things from too many different directions, and so it's always important that he hears it from really one voice or two voices. That's usually the quarterback coach and the coordinator, or even depending on where the head coach is, the head coach. And so, I do a lot of talking with McCoy and Musgrave, and those guys can communicate to Paxton through them. So last thing you do is in my belief, is have too many voices in his ear.
There seems to be some lost perspective that you've been in the playoffs 5 or 6 years, won a Super Bowl, been in a Super Bowl, and this left tackle thing's taken on a life of its own.
Yeah.
Where are you with that, and do you still feel comfortable that as time plays out that you're going to find a solution there?
Yeah, we'll have a solution. Just don't, it's not fixed yet. It doesn't have to be fixed yet. So we'll continue to work on it. We're aware of that problem, and we'll continue to work on it. So we'll do the best thing, big picture-wise for the Broncos.
Is part of that some guys could be available after the draft when teams feel needs, that you're able to kind of sift through other options that we don't readily see now?
Yeah, there's always options, and I think that, some are better than others, obviously. And so it's, it's kind of funny how as soon as one option comes available, that's the fix. And so, we still have many months in front of us to do the best we can to fill that, and that's what we'll do.
I imagine you always have fun at these deals, but how different has league meetings been for you now as part of the competition committee, having to be here longer and really sitting through all these meetings?
Well, I mean, it's it's a commitment to the competition committee, but it's also, I'm proud to be on it, and has a lot to do with the direction of the game, and so it's been good. I've enjoyed it. But it is an extensive process going through this whole thing, and talking through all the rule changes, bylaw changes, and points of emphasis, and all those type of things. So, but it's been very interesting being on it.
Where do you stand on the proposed leaper ban, especially after Justin Simmons' big play last season?
Yeah, obviously it helped us, and so I was, I liked the play, but understand, where we eventually got as far as the committee, as far as player safety, and that was the most important thing. So. It would take one bad injury on that play for us, if we hadn't done something about it to felt pretty bad. So I think you know, it was the right move in the right direction.
Are you knee deep into the draft stuff now? And have you thought about that first round, like playmaker versus other
Well,
positions?
we've seen everybody already once, but really our draft meetings will start when we get back. So it starts Monday when we get back next week, and you know, we'll kick into high gear as far as the draft meetings go.
We haven't seen you since DeMarcus Ware officially announced his retirement. What was that like for you? And
Well, I was a little bit surprised because last conversation I had with him was he wanted to play, and so you know, I think DeMarcus is, you know, what he did for the Broncos, how we played, the type of person he was, what he did in the community was tremendous, and so you know, if DeMarcus, you know, felt like it was time to retire, that's always a tough decision to make, but I'm happy for him because he's walked away healthy.
2 more for John.
Did anyone ever steal your Super Bowl jerseys? You got them all still?
You know, I think I do. I'm not exactly sure where they are. They're so long ago. It wasn't that big a deal back then, but I've got them somewhere.
Okay, thank you, John.
All right.
Thank you, John.